Hello, my name is Adrienne Wright. I'm an author and illustrator, and my debut picture book is Hector, a Boy, a Protest, and the Photograph That Changed Apartheid, published by Page Street Kids. I'm so pleased to be able to share a little of Hector with you today. On June 16, 1976, school children in Soweto, South Africa, marched in a peaceful protest against learning in Afrikaans, the language of the oppressive apartheid government. The students clashed with police as they marched, and the story of what happened that day is told in my book, with the most poignant moment being captured in an iconic photograph taken by photojournalist Sam Nzima of a young boy who had been shot by the police. The photo depicts 12-year-old Hector Peterson in the arms of an older teenage boy, with his sister Antoinette running alongside them. I am from South Africa and I grew up during this era. Sam Nzima's photograph is both stunning and heartbreaking. It drew me in, and I wanted to know more about the boy Hector in the photograph. What was his short life like? Why was he at the march? Why did the police open fire? Why was Hector shot? Hector became a heroic symbol in the anti-apartheid movement. There is even a museum in Soweto named after him, dedicated to all of those who fought against apartheid, and some of whom died. I was lucky enough to interview Hector's mother and sister and Sam Nzima for this story. Their viewpoints were critical in getting a fuller picture of Hector as a boy, not just a statistic. The book is told from three perspectives, and I will read from the first, Hector's, and pick up the story on the day the protest begins. But let's begin with a quote from Sam, which sums up what he witnessed that day.
I saw a child fall down. Under a shower of bullets, I rushed forward and went for the picture. It had been a peaceful march. The children were told to disperse. They started singing Nkosi Sikeleli. The police were ordered to shoot. Hector. Soweto, Wednesday, June 16. The sun's not up yet, but Hector is. It's a day just like any other as he gets ready for school. Ma, can I wear my long trousers today? No, you know the school uniform is shorts. But it's so cold outside. One day we're going to have a bathroom inside with a hot tap and a toilet. You are always dreaming and joking. Samaya sentle zolile. Sala sentle ma. Stay well. Are we going to practice some karate moves after school, Hector? I'm practicing legs are cold stance. This is sandwich stance. Yo, why is nobody going into school? The schools are open, but students aren't going in for classes. Hector and his friend are drawn to the sound of chanting and singing. Everybody is marching to Orlando Stadium to protest a new law requiring schools to teach half of their lessons in Afrikaans. No more Afrikaans! More students join in, and soon hundreds, then thousands of people are marching. Hector is swept up in the excited activity of the growing crowd. When the first hippo truck blocks the street, they come to a halt. Not to be intimidated, the students turn and march down another street toward the stadium, waving signs. They sing the government band anthem, Nkosi Sikeleli Africa. God bless Africa. Hector soaks in the meaning of the beautiful song. Here are petitions, God bless us, your children. The police, angry at the crowd's disobedience, confront them again. The students don't retreat. The police blow their whistles and shout threats. Their dogs bark. A canister of tear gas explodes in the air. Pow! Hector looks around frantically for his friend. Then he hears his sister's familiar voice. Hector, you shouldn't be here. We have to get you home. Now! Bang! Bang!
Nkosi Sikeleli Africa, my
I want to share how I worked on one illustration that appears later in the book. It was one of my favorites to work on. Starting with the sketch, then working on all the characters and banners, shows the climactic scene before the police opened fire on the students. A huge group of protesters holding banners and singing the anthem, Nkosi Sikelel' Afrika. It angered the police when they sang this beautiful song because it was banned by the government. I wanted to create portraits of a number of heroes from here in the United States and South Africa and portray them as protesters hidden in the illustration. Some are young teens or preteens like Hector, who died at the hands of the police. Some lived to fight for human rights.
Thank you for listening to Hector's story. Teachers and librarians, you can find a great classroom guide for Hector on my publisher's website. Go to pagestreetpublishing.com to download the guide. And thank you, Children's Africana Book Award,